Welcome to Not So PG. I'm Brooke Blurton. My pronouns are she and her.
I'm Matty Mills. My pronouns are he and him.
Right at the top of this episode, we'd like to acknowledge the custodians of the land in which we record this podcast.
For me, that's the Gadigal People of the Eora Nation.
And for me, that's the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. Let's get into it.
Okay, we're putting the Not So PG in the Not So PG this ep.
Oh,
let's do it.
Okay, loving this. So I was a little bit late to the recording, I must admit. I know how much you love punctuality and I know how much...
Oh, you know that.
Yeah, and I'm literally like a little dog with my tail between my legs. Like, I hate disappointing my friends and my business partners. I literally just hate being late. So can we just get that off I just need to get that off my chest right now and then we can move on.
Okay, but look, you are talking to the king of being on time and I know that that's annoying because like...
Self-proclaimed.
Yeah, well, yeah. But like I am someone who is weirdly on time all the time and even like in my past relationship, I was the person to be like, okay, we need to get out of the door at this time and give like a backlog of things that needed to happen before that time. So I'd be like, we're leaving at 2:30, you need to get in the shower at least an hour before that. And like I would be like weirdly on time to the point where at 2:29 I'm like jingling the car keys. I'm like, yep. We're out the door in a minute. So, look, I am a little bit of a weirdo when it comes to punctuality.
I wouldn't say weirdo. I would say super passionate. And you are the time king. I get that.
Time king.
Punctuality princess.
Time king sounds cute.
Okay.
Time king. I'll take that title. But you've had a super busy week, right? Like you're training, you're back, like getting fit and ready for the footy field. How's that going?
Yeah, I'm hot girl summer actually. Hashtag.
Ooh.
Hashtag.
Love it.
Yeah, I've been going through a little bit of a weird transition in my life. I think after writing the book and then, being like, okay, what is my next project? I've been in this limbo of who is Brooke and trying to sort of revert back to my core. Like, it's not like I've changed or I've, not the person that I was. I still am the person that I have been and always will be, but it's just I've lost passion and love for the things that I used to do. And so for me, it's just trying to get back to that. And when I say I'm going to do something, this is what I love and hate about myself at the same time, is that when I say that I'm going to do something, it's like all or nothing for me.
Yes.
Like if I say I'm going to do it, it's like I put in the work. And so I've said to myself that I'm going to get back on the footy field. I'm going to basically play for a team by the season, be training by the start of the season. And
when does it start?
So pre-season's already started now.
Ooh, okay.
And basically I'm in pre-season at the moment, but singly. Like I'm only doing training by myself at the moment, not with a team. But I want to get to like be that fit Brooke that I used to be. And I guess with the challenge being out, I never really got the time to actually train properly. I didn't train for it.
Yeah, I remember. I was like talking to you about it and I was like, are you doing anything specific for the challenge? And you're like, nah. But you're a gun. Like you're so naturally athletic that like, I mean, you didn't really need to do too much, but the footy field's a bit of a different ball game, really.
It really is. Like it's so different. Like the challenge and playing football is so different, and the skills can maybe have a bit of a have some similarities, but the challenge for me wasn't really like a fitness. I wanted to go in as like a physical challenge and really push myself, but when I got there, I think I just was like, oh my God, this is going to be such a mental and emotional challenge, if anything.
So the first two challenges that I saw on the show, the one which was like basically a cardio endurance challenge, running around a stadium, picking up these counters to put on your like mat, I've died. I hate that sort of stuff. I hate running upstairs. Like my lactic acid would have like totaled me within the first 10 minutes.
It was like a giant game of Connect 4 and I was like, are we serious? This is the first challenge?
Yeah.
And I was like, if all of the challenges are like this, like, get me off now. I had lost so much interest after that first challenge. And
then you go and hang on the side of a truck. Like, the total opposite. Like, that is some crazy ass, like, adrenaline pumping challenge, surely. Like, how fast was the truck going?
Pretty fast. I actually don't know the speed, but what I do remember is, if you didn't watch, I dropped my battens, and that was quite
You did in the first, like, 5 seconds, and I was screaming at the TV. I was like, fuck, no, I don't want her to get eliminated. I was worried for you. I was wondering how you would sort of finish up that challenge, but you pushed through.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't give up. I never give up. And, you know, I had Connor as a partner, and he was like, don't give up. And it kind of showed that as if I was like panicked, and I was panicked, but only for like the first few minutes. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to climb this thing like a spider.
Ooh, climb this thing like a spider. Go on, big redback.
Actually, talking about spiders, I mean, totally off topic.
What?
It's gone like I'm not even. These aren't even linked, but I think it's
that's
so
not a
fucking...
segue, but we can pretend.
It's not
okay.
a segue, but I'm gonna
Speaking of spiders, yeah, okay, where are we going with this? My previous last name, Webb. No, I actually want to know where you're going with this.
I was flirting with my postman the other day, and
okay.
I went to the gym and I was walking into the house and I checked my mail and the postman was coming, and I saw he had this little rainbow flag.
Oh, cute. On his bike.
And I was like, oh, I love your flag. And he was like, oh, thank you. Anyways, we just got yarning, and then we were just talking about the day and the weather and like how wet it is in Melbourne. And I was like, oh, lucky you got, you know, your little, you know, it's got one of those little
umbrella. Like, yes, it's like a cover.
Little cover. Yeah. And I thought it was like pretty cool. And then I was thinking, like, in the whole conversation, he had the rainbow flag. He was giving me like queer vibes. Mm-hmm. There was something like sexual tension kind of there. Unusual, right?
With the postman.
But then I was like, I actually didn't ask their pronouns, because I'm assuming like you can't just assume that everyone's a postman, even if they're not, even if they are a postman.
Good point.
And also, where are the post women or post people? Like, also, I just want to like find a queer post person and ask them so many questions. Like, how fit are you really?
Wait,
do you wake up every day?
They don't ride their bikes; they're electric. Or do they ride in your suburb?
Some of them do. Some of them have rides. Like, some of them have like bikes, like 3-wheeler bikes.
And they actually pedal. Oh, okay. Well, my post people, they're on literally electric scooters. Like and they're all like above the age of like 50. So they're like just living their life, delivering the post. Probably been doing it for, you know, since they had to walk and do it. Times have changed. Electric scooters.
That's what I mean. How long have you been in the job for?
Yeah.
Anyways, that was my week. That was my week, flirting with my postman.
Was there a spider involved, or there was
no spider involved?
That. I thought you were going to and on top of the cover there was a massive huntsman. But no.
No, actually, the segue was I was thinking of spiders when we were talking, and then I was thinking, I was at the front of my house and there was all these, you know, spider web that I near my mailbox, and I think that's where I kind of took it.
Oh, got you. Okay.
Anyways, how's your week been?
It's been good. I mean, I've had a busy week. I'm doing a new form of training, which is CrossFit. I've gone to 4 sessions, and it's like the hardest thing I've done. Like, the movements are so foreign. I'm somebody who does weights and cardio separately, and I do it like, you know, very much like sort of a circuit-based training. And CrossFit is tough. Like, to be able to like to do those movements, I feel like I'm going to need a lot of practice. I look like an absolute... You know what I look like when I'm doing it? No doubt. You know at the car sales when they have that person that's like this, the wind guy? That is me at the CrossFit gym. Like, I'm looking around and I just see these fit, sexy men and women, and who, you know, they may not identify as men or women. There's just sexy human beings around me. And I'm like, one day I'm going to look like that. And I leave the gym and the next day I get there and I'm like, one day I'm going to look like that. So I just have to keep going. Give me 6 to 8 weeks and I'm going to be feeling myself.
That's what I keep saying.
And then you're going to get Thirst Trap Matty on Insta. Summer's coming.
I mean, we're already getting him in the budgies at the moment.
Yeah, they're throwbacks.
So you're catfishing us.
Blue skies and budgie smugglers are coming. I remember when I first got Getaway and I was like, oh my gosh, okay, so my Insta now has to be like travel everything. So I was just literally shirtless with blue skies. That was like my motto. And you know what? My engagement was much higher than it has been wearing suits on red carpets. That's for sure. People like the budgies.
So you posting a photo in the budgies gets you more clout and likes than you posting in a glamorous suit.
Look, I don't look for the clout, but I know that it's like what the audience want.
I know. I'm saying, God, I know you have a rig, so you can share it.
But you know what? I lost the rig.
No, you haven't.
I have, babe. We're going to spend the weekend together and I heard there's a jacuzzi and I'm already concerned that you're going to look so sexy in the jacuzzi and I'm going to look like, I'm going to be this guy. I'm going to be in the jacuzzi like this.
When you did that, I was just thinking, oh, that's actually how I dance at Poof Doof.
Speaking of dancing, I went to a party. I went to Carla from Bankstown's 30th birthday party at Lady Bank's rooftop in Bankstown. It was sick. Like, she's so lovely. Like, both in and out of drag. So Ben out of drag and Carla in drag. Like, superstar. If you don't know, people listening at home, she was on The Celebrity Apprentice, one of the first drag queens to actually be on that show. And she's got a really great online audience. But yeah, like that was super fun. I went from her party, the 30th, and then I went to a 40th after that in the city. And then I went and danced at this incredible underground bar until like 3 a.m. It was fabulous. So I'm still recovering. It's like a whole week later and I've still got a headache. But look, I'm living my best solo life.
It's called balance, baby.
Yeah.
I think it's great. So I know Carla and I love that they're also Ben and I know that you guys are good friends. I'm actually so jealous that you invite me to the 30th.
But look, you're Melbourne based, but I think that you should move. Can you just move to Sydney and we just like...
Everyone keeps saying this.
Get a house together. Like
you and I, single Pringles, you and I living together. The world just couldn't handle us. But the world just wouldn't know what to do.
I think that we'd be really good living together. Like, I think there'd be a good balance. Like, we'd be like, okay, Monday to Friday, wholesome. And then Friday to Sunday, we'd be like living it up.
No, but I think we would do like Sunday night, like house clean, washing day. You know what I mean? We would go like out Thursday, Friday, Saturday night and like live our best life.
Yeah.
Always working Friday. And then we would do like Sunday, like house. Anyways.
We'd have so much to talk about on the pod if we lived together. Oh my gosh.
Anyways, just picturing my life with you. So I know you're good friends with Carla and I love that they're Carla from Bankstown and then they're also just Ben.
Yeah.
And that also... for me is like the progression in what I feel and see in the drag world. And I love that now this is becoming so normalized in the way that they live their lives. Like they love drag and they get to live completely and fully in drag, but then they also get to be themselves in who they are.
Yeah.
And I love that about Courtney Act.
JoJo's a hoe. Yeah.
Exactly. Felicia Fox.
First Nations drag queens, yeah.
So also, like, I know that we talk about, you know, queer things all the time and we know and we watch and we listen to so much, you know, different news and shows. And I was watching Heartbreak High recently.
Ooh.
And I loved, I know, I finished it in like maybe 3 days and I loved it.
Did you like Cash?
Okay.
I spent Sunday night with Cash.
You're kidding!
I know. We fucking hung out. Will, his name is.
Yeah, who are you?
We hung out Sunday night, babe. And like we just connected on another level. And you have to meet him. Maybe we do dinner with him on Sunday night. This Sunday coming.
Do you reckon I've got a chance?
I feel like you definitely have a chance. Yeah.
I think I just got.
Yeah, that lad, that Eshe.
I love him.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I love Cash on Heartbreak High, and I love how him and they talk to a lot of. It kind of shows me the progression in where I would like to see a lot more TV. But, like, I know that they fit so much in such one series and it doesn't have to be so, like, microscopic. Yeah. I feel like, you know, in shows we should just, like, naturally, it should be like a you know, organic kind of process. And
you didn't feel that for Heartbreak High? You felt like it was super concentrated or, like, over exaggerated? Because for me, I felt like it was quite a natural. It felt natural for that world to exist.
Yeah, well, that was the whole thing because it's based in high school and it's basically, you know, more relevant to modern day. And I love that about that. And I just thought like we've just never had it. So there was just so much term and references that I was like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense to why they would put that in there. Maybe I'm also a little bit more conscious of it because having and being the first bisexual bachelorette, everyone kind of put a microscope on me. And so maybe when shows are showing a lot of progression and a lot of representation, maybe I'm doing the same. And I shouldn't do that. I think I should just like naturally like, I love seeing this. And I really do. And it just makes me also so happy. So the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because I guess gender roles in society is something that I feel really passionate about in terms of breaking down that construct of gender. Now, you know, we're all still learning, and I think we all need to, you know, rewire ourselves all the time, and sometimes we get a little bit lazy, and that's okay, but at least we're like picking ourselves up and we're still continuing to learn, you know, asking people their pronouns, asking how they identify and being polite about it. And then also, you know, not having like these preconceived ideas of things that we, you know, that are things that we've learned over society and constructs. And so a person that I feel really passionate about and also have like a major crush on is Harry Garside. Do you know who that is? Yes. Pro boxer. Yeah.
Harry Garside. The fella who is like breaking the norms in the pro athletic, pro boxing ring. Like he's wearing dresses and skirts and like doing ballet classes. Like I follow him as well, and I'm like, you know what? Good on you. And he's doing it for a purpose. Like he has a purpose behind why he's doing it, so that he can, you know, change what people see as the gender norm.
Well, that's it. And it's like you know, and I think I watched this video that he put out about him wearing a skirt and why he was doing it and all that sort of stuff. And I was like, oh my God, I think I'm in love. But like, that's me. Classic.
Same. I think I'm in love too. And there's something about him.
But it made me also question a lot of things that I have, you know, an opinion on and preconceived ideas on, and things that I really need to unpack within myself. It's whether do I see gender? And, you know, I asked myself the question, do I see gender? And I was like, I think naturally what my brain has told me is that yes, but now I'm trying to rewire myself, because I think I grew up in a community, like there was not that much representation or people who identified as, you know, queer even. And so all I know is what I was taught. And so now I'm trying to reteach myself that gender is a construct. I love people who are, like Styled by Denny, Denny is changing the game in fashion. You know what I mean?
Yes.
There's a few other names that I can throw out there that I think that are just like showing up and showing us that gender is a construct and you can identify, you can wear, you can do whatever you should absolutely do. There is no constraint or restraint. Like there's no line. Who cares?
Yeah.
It's like we're becoming more progressive and I'm super stoked about it. And Harry just like really ignited this passion in me and I guess this learning that I want to rewire myself.
Well, I've got a challenge for you. Next time you see Mr. Postman, I want you to ask them their pronouns and have that conversation with them. I think that's a good challenge.
Well, let's start off by saying they're not the postman, the post person.
The post person.
There we go.
Ask the post person what their pronouns are and if there are many post women, because that's an interesting conversation as well.
That absolutely is, and I'm going to make that an absolute thing. Anyways, this was my opening because it happened in the last week and I wanted to sort of talk about it because I think we are really, we introduce ourselves with our pronouns and that kind of sets a base, that sets a standard for us as a podcast and as allies. We want to be inclusive, we want to be diverse and we want to make sure that we're creating spaces that are culturally, sexually, emotionally safe for everyone, and I really, really want to continue to do that and put in the work.
Sexy time. Ooh la la.
Which I am not getting at the moment, so got nothing for you there.
Well, look, I can't say I'm getting it. Like I'm not like having the time of my life with my sex life, but I'm like keen to talk about like the do's and don'ts, the things that like or you would like you were into or you've like experienced that you don't like, maybe like and also what about your hole in your wall?
My hole in my wall is well,
and that is not a sexual innuendo.
No, it's not. I wish it was, but it's not.
I just don't know how you deal with that, like having a hole in your wall and being able to like have everyone hear you have your moment.
I'm not having my moments. It's not happening anymore. Good. I mean, it's not happening in general. So now I've just like let that go. Guys, I'm not really having a lot of sex. Like, let's be honest. Brookie is getting hot girl summer bod back, and I'm so stoked.
Love that.
It's not really even about my body. Not like, the focus isn't getting, a particular body type, because I think we shouldn't focus on being a type of body. You know what I mean? I know how much you want to get to that CrossFit body style, and I fucking love that for you.
Yeah.
But for me, it's about my mental health. Like, I've been really bad with prioritizing myself, and getting back to footy was something that I could like focus a goal on. And so for me, focusing on myself, I actually do want to also focus on my sexual health. I think finding, and the only way you're going to do that is actually just like opening up that book and being like, okay, like let's see where this goes. But I don't want to go on dates. I don't want to fuck randoms. Like, I just want like emotional connection that I can have that, and I just don't at the moment.
Yeah. See, my issue here is if I have like a one-off or sort of a one-night stand with somebody, I catch feelings way too fucking quickly. So like if like moving forward, like if I was going to do that, I would definitely have to be like, okay, that was the moment. Never talk to me again. I don't want anything to do with you. If I see you in the street, don't even look at me. I don't want to know your name, no contact details. I'm out. Like, I feel like that's like sort of where I'm at, because for me, emotional connection and attachment is too easy. Like, if somebody like looks at me the right way, I'm like, oh, hello. Like, I feel like there could be something, and I'm just like, nah, I just do not want to go down that path for a very long time. So, I mean, for me, like, very sort of open to having those sort of one-off experiences, but I'm like not gonna like dive into any emotional connection. My heart is like chopped off and it's very much caged at the moment. I think that's I've just come out of a 6-year relationship, so I'm like, I don't want to feel things for anyone. I don't want that.
Right?
No.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I get it.
Leave the feelings at the door with your clothes.
We're protecting our little hearts at the moment, and that's okay, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I remember when we first started this podcast in the first episode, I don't know if you guys remember, and we talked about like, not so PG moments, and I was like, yeah, I've been having like the best sex of my life, and I referred to him as like, Iron Man.
Iron Man, yes.
And okay, can I just, because you just sparked a little thing in me, which was so funny, and I was just like thinking about it, is that I went all crazy on him, basically.
What do you mean?
He had so the thing is, I know what I want, but the people that I'm meeting are just not meeting me on my level. And that's really bad, that people might think. But I'm like, I'm not asking for much. Like, this guy had it all. He was really, motivated by his job. He was working a great job. He's very fit. He's like, his mental health, he was really, open about his mental health. And the only thing really that I could fault was that he like was really dirty and messy and had his mattress on the floor.
Oh, wait, what? That's giving like top vibes from Grindr, being like, come over, and you get there and it's like fucking the single mattress on the floor and 2-minute noodles on the bench. It's like, how do these people live like that?
And that's what I just, I think basic decor understanding and, house or home, like being passionate about the space that you sleep and eat in is just, for me, like really attractive. And he didn't have that. He lived with housemates. They were all clean. His house was clean. But his room was just like...
Did that correlate to his genitalia?
No.
Okay, good. Was he clean down there?
Yes, like so good. And then I was just like, why does this not match?
Well, he shows that he can do it. It's just, if he's tidy downstairs, he can be tidy in his bedroom. Like, come on, surely.
But this doesn't even take you. This is not even what I was meant to think. This is not where I'm going, actually.
Okay.
So I went all crazy on his ass. Like, I was like, I wanted him to be something that I needed him to be for me to be like, okay, yeah, like I want to continue and pursue this relationship because that's me. Like, I'm not a fixer, but I want to be in a relationship. But it's like I can see that it's longevity and it wants to go far.
Yeah.
I did a full PDF. This is like, how far would you go for love, literally?
Boy, don't.
I did a full PDF document of like what furniture, bed sheets, decor that he should buy. I put it in a little photo, like I created this bedroom picture for him. I put it all in a like PDF document. I can literally show you the document right now. It's like...
What is its title? What is the document title?
It's his name and his name room.
Oh my life. I'm so intrigued by this.
This is the document.
Oh, fuck off. You got photos. No, I'm out. I am out.
Look, it's a spreadsheet.
You did a budget for the cost? Oh, my life. B. Wow. His name shouldn't be Iron Man. It should be Smart Sheet Man. XL. Oh, my God. XL. That's his fucking name in your phone. XL. Just XL. Done.
So I did this full PDF spreadsheet of like what he should buy for his room, like, and I did it like really minimal costume.
Wow. You're like, IKEA is like 45 minutes down the road. Here's a map location. If you get lost, call this number. Security's on this number. You literally did a call sheet for him. You're like, yep, printout of the map. It's in aisle G.
I would have went to that level because you know what? Don't put it past me. I am batshit crazy. when I love someone and I didn't love him, but it's like, how crazy would you go for love? That's pretty crazy.
Wow. Okay, let me ask you a crazy question when it comes to sort of this world and this arena that we're playing in right now. Have you ever had sex in public? And if so, what was it like?
I actually haven't. We spoke about this like ages ago, I think, and someone asked me the same question, and I was like, I've never done it in public.
Okay, I have.
Oh,
yeah.
Can you tell me your naughty story?
Okay, yep. I've done it a few times, actually.
He's no rookie to the public.
But like always in the middle of the night, like not in the daytime. But I did take myself to a naked beach once, and I was so nervous. Like, I mean, okay, so one part of this story is having sex in public, and I did that like multiple times in the middle of the night in a park. Dirty little raccoon. But different times, different people. And it was all went between the ages of 19 and 21. So, like, I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just trying to get back to my culture. Fucking in the bush. Doesn't get any blacker than that.
I did have sex once.
Yes, I know what you're talking about, in the middle of the bush, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I had sex, when we were talking about, when I was having the greatest sex of my life. I, being in this house, I just literally, you can't even have sex that loud. And I was like, I'm not this loud anyway. It's like, no one's really making me that loud. Anyway, so I was like, took this opportunity having sex, and then the whole fucking thing was shaky.
Oh my God, you were going hard.
Well,
wow.
I was like because I've been always like so silent and quiet if I've ever done it. And then this time I was like, you know what? Brookie's going to scream.
And it's going to echo through the trees.
And it was to the point where like all my toiletries were like on the shelf lined up, and they all just head. Like fell. Anyway.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm not very loud. I'm definitely not a loud person.
I've had sex in the most beautiful place in the world, and I think it was one of the most enjoyable experiences ever. It was in Santorini, on top of this mountain, in this hotel, on the veranda, in a jacuzzi, looking over Santorini. It was fucking amazing.
That's a dream.
And I just remember it was a dream. And like, if I was having sex with a woman, she would have been pregnant. That's how excited I was in that moment. I just remember being on top of the world in that moment. That was a lot of fun.
Oh my God. Anyways.
Okay, well, I've just realised the time. I think that's probably a good place to
wrap it up.
To end it. Yeah. If you haven't had sex in a spa bath, go and try it. Oh, we have a jacuzzi on the weekend, by the way, where we're going. Not that we're going to have sex.
I don't know. Shit might get weird.
Oh, who knows? I hope you mob enjoyed today's episode, but that's all we have time for today. So thank you so much for listening to Not So PG. If you love us, leave us a 5-star rating and a little review on Apple Podcasts.
If you want to tell us something, follow us on socials and slide into our DMs at It's Matty Mills, at Brooke.Blurton, and at Nova Podcast Official.
Bye.
Bye.